If you're still using Twilio in the year 2025, then this video is for you. Hi, my name is Will Craig. I'm a co-founder of a company called Signal House. We are a marketing-friendly alternative to Twilio. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you about the 4 pillars of Signal House and how they blow Twilio out of the water every step of the way. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. So to tell the Twilio Signal House story the best way, I think it's important to talk about the genesis of Signal House, because Signal House and Twilio are inextricably linked in that we previously were Twilio customers in another business that my co-founders had, which was a marketing-centric CRM. Twilio almost ruined our business. They were filtering 60% of our marketing related messaging. Our A2P or 10DLC registrations took forever, took weeks, sometimes months. A lot of the time we would get no information, just rejections. And this really obviously hurt our business. So what we did was we fired Twilio as our messaging provider. We got as close to the carriers as we possibly could, and we learned a lot of information. And one thing that we always said was that if we are ever blessed enough to have a successful exit from this company, we are starting a messaging provider the very next day to go head to head with Twilio. And that is exactly what we did. Now, fast forward a couple years and we are an API reseller. So we resell our APIs to companies in really any kind of vertical. We specialize in marketing and CRM platforms, but we can service absolutely any company that sends a message from an application to a person. Our bread and butter today is 10DLC, which is where the first 3 digits of the phone number correspond to an area code, so local messaging within the United States. But we're rolling out toll-free very soon, and short code, RCS, alpha senders, the whole gambit, Viber, WhatsApp are just around the corner as well in Q1 2026. So without further ado, let's jump into the 4 pillars of Signal House and how they directly compete with Twilio. Now, the first is going to be deliverability. Deliverability on Signal House is going to be higher than it is on Twilio. If you were to launch the same messaging campaign on Signal House, you will have better deliverability than you would have on Twilio. The reason for this is that we do not have internal filters that are blocking your marketing and conversational related messaging. Now, we would block things that would get you in trouble anyway, like shaft content, phishing, things of that nature, but we don't block any of your marketing related traffic. We send it directly to our carrier partner that has a direct connection to all of the carriers. On Twilio's side, you have substantial layers in place. So first, you have the Twilio filters themselves. Twilio filters are extremely strict because they are trying to get a direct connect with T-Mobile. T-Mobile owns 44% of the market in the United States. They really are kind of the governing body along with the other carriers, but it really is T-Mobile who decides both what you can send and the fines for going against that. So they're trying to get a direct connection with T-Mobile, and in doing so, they have to get perfect green traffic. What do I mean by green traffic? I mean traffic like your delivery notifications, things that are 100% opted in and things that no one would ever complain about. So they want 0 complaints, they want 0 problems. Now with Signal House, you of course do need to have opted in traffic as well, but we are fine with you sending conversational messages. We know that if you're a smaller or medium size or even an enterprise level business, forming direct connections with your customers is intricately important to your business's success. And so we want to enable you to send those messages out. And I said that we do prevent shaft messaging and illegal content, but we're not insane about it. What I mean by this is that I was at an event not too long ago talking to someone who is in the messaging space as well. They're trying to get away from Twilio, was interested to see what we were able to offer them. And the reason for that was because they actually had to change the way that they were booking people at their entire company, because every single time they would send out a notification that says your appointment is booked today at 4:20 p.m., it would get blocked for marijuana related traffic. Now, you can't overtly say marijuana in your messages, it will get blocked on us as well. But something like that, it would 100% never get blocked. Another one is contextual. So we had someone in a prior company who their last name was Weed. And so the message was, Mr. Weed, we have your appointment scheduled for today. And that message got blocked as well. Contextually, we are not going to block those messages. So now let's take a step further and let's dig into the next pillar. And that is actually the ability to get ready to send messages on our platform. Now, I mentioned that Twilio has layers. These layers really rear their heads when it comes to getting approved for messaging in the US, but globally as well. So let's talk about US specifically. So for the local number messaging in the US, there is a two-step approval process. The first step is your brand or your business information. It's just making sure that you are who you say you are and do have the ability to send messages on behalf of that company. So that's going to be the brand. Now you have the campaign, which is your messaging use case, which is really the content of the messaging that you are sending. It's a two-step approval process. In the first step, what we do is we give you the option to create a website. We have a box that pops up that says, need a website, click here. The reason for this is because the website review is the number one thing that trips people up in the approval process. Again, we previously were Twilio customers. We know what hurdles you have. We know what pain points you have, and we are answering those directly. So this templated landing page is a landing page that you can use as a way to get consent for your messaging campaign. We even have webhooks that will send information to your CRM system so that you can track specifically what box they check for messaging. So for example, if they selected the customer support box, the marketing box, or both boxes. So you can do all of your opt-in consent tracking you can do directly through this landing page. It's also globally updatable. So 3 weeks from now, if the regulations change, you will have a fully compliant landing page still, because we can just snap our fingers and update all of them at once. And this is really important because in the year 2026, we've already heard rumblings that the carriers and that the campaign registry wants to look back through all of the approved campaigns to make sure that they're still in compliance. And with Signal House, you can ensure that you always will be in compliance. Now let's talk about the approval time frame itself. So for Twilio, let's talk about kind of the older process first. You're going to submit your information. It's going to sit for 3 to 5 days, and you're either going to get approved or rejected at the Twilio level. They then have to go to one DCA for T-Mobile and another DCA for AT&T and Verizon. So they have 3 different layers of review that you have to go through. Each one of those is around a 3 to 5 day process. That's why for Twilio, it's going to take you a couple weeks to get approved. And when speed to lead and when speed to get started and time to value for your customers is an important metric in your business, this is extremely detrimental. Now let's talk about on the Signal House side. We have guaranteed 48 business hour reviews for your campaigns. And remember how I said that we create a website for you? This means that you are going to get approved. So in 48 business hours, you will get approved, but it can be quicker than that as well. We've seen instances where people have signed up with us in the morning. They submitted their first campaign at 10 a.m. and they were fully approved by 4 p.m. to send messaging. Time to value, non-existent. It is really quick for you to get up and going. If you're onboarding a new customer, again, it's going to be seamless for you to get up and going with that new customer as well. Now let's talk about the Twilio side again. Are you going to get quick approvals? That's the key. Generally, what will happen is your first review will be a rejection. And that is an extra $15 that you have to spend to fix whatever they need fixed and then resubmit it. Now, they do have additional reviews ahead of just the Twilio review as well. You have DCA 1 and DCA 2. Either of those DCAs could also reject your campaign. Now you have to go through the process again, pay $15 more. Because we're templating out your website and we also template out your campaign submission. So the description, the call to action or message flow, or how do they opt in, the sample messages, the opt-in message, the help message. All of those things are fully pre-filled for you once you select marketing, customer care, account notification, or whatever campaign type you want. And because it's all templated, we guarantee first-time approvals. So again, remember, 48 hours and guaranteed first-time approvals. It is that quick, it's that easy, it's that seamless to get approved very, very quickly with Signal House. We have over a 99.9% first-time approval rating solely because of the processes that we have built internally to help you. So let's move on to the third pillar, cost. We are also going to be cheaper than Twilio. So not only are you getting all of this additional value, but we're also going to be cheaper. Twilio starts out at 0083 for inbound and outbound. We start out at 0075 for outbound only. We don't charge you for inbound. Twilio also has a 001 penalty, I guess is the only way to say it, for a failed message. We also don't charge you for that. Our numbers are also going to be cheaper than Twilio numbers. We don't add on any additional margin to any of your 10DLC or A2P submission processes. So there's going to be no additional margin there either. We also do not charge you for support. Spoiler alert, that's the fourth pillar. We will talk about that here in a moment. But in general, we are going to be cheaper. And our tiers are going to tier out better than Twilio's. For example, if you're sending 500,000 messages a month with us, you can get pricing of 005. Over 1 million, looking at 0045. And as the tiers continue to increase above that, it is going to drive the rate down even more, which means for you, you are going to be spending less and getting more value because you're going to have higher deliverability. You're also going to have lower time to value when it comes with getting set up and ready to go with Signal House. Now let's talk about the most important pillar in my mind, and that is support. Support at Twilio is abysmal, and I know that because I used to have to talk to them multiple times per day. You go, you create a ticket, you hope, you pray that that ticket gets actually addressed on that individual day. Even if you have a Slack channel where, by the way, you're paying 8% for a Slack channel of your monthly spend. So the more that you grow, the more that you actually pay for Twilio to support you. It's a crazy business model in my mind, but that is what they do. So 8% of your spend is going with that. But even if you have that, and you reach out to that person and you say, hey, I need help, they'll say, what's the ticket number for this? So you have to submit a ticket anyway. It's the most frustrating thing in the world. It generally takes a week to get anything addressed, and it is just sad, frankly. With Signal House, we have flipped this model completely on its head. First, we have a chat bubble. You can talk directly to a human being within your account. They will respond to you in a minute or less, and they will help you as quickly as humanly possible. If you need to get in contact with a developer, we'll get you in contact with a developer. If you're having an issue with something and related to strategy, we will help you strategize around that. If you are spending $2,500 or more with us, we set you up with a complimentary Slack channel. In that Slack channel will be your dedicated customer success representative. I'll also have myself and my co-founder Jason in that channel as well. We will also have our development team, a development resource in that channel to where if you have any issues with your integration, you can get help from them immediately in Slack. If you need to jump on a call, we'll jump on a call with you. If you need a phone call or a video call, we'll do either. If you want to share your screen, we will let you do that. That is the difference with Signal House as it compares to Twilio or really any of the other messaging providers, the Telnexes, the Bandwidths, all of them. They're all lumped into having bad support, but that is not the case with Signal House. And our support goes beyond just technical support as well. I mentioned strategy before. Strategy is a really big part of what we do. If you are someone that has a Slack channel with us, not only are we going to help you support-wise, but we're also going to be proactive with you. We send a weekly report that shows all of your messaging. It shows your delivery rate. It shows the reasons for failures appended with how you can optimize your messaging to remove those failures. It also breaks down all of your inbound messages, your response rates, how to get more responses and optimize your messaging to have better responses. We also do strategy calls. We also do quarterly business reviews where we talk about growth. And it's not growth and how can we extract more money out of you. It is that if you are going to be onboarding 1,000 more customers next quarter, they're all going to be from a singular franchise. How can we optimize the telecom part of this to make it as simple and seamless for you to get set up as possible so that you don't have to worry about the onboarding process. You don't have to worry about getting numbers configured or ported over. We're going to guide you through each and every step that you should take to do that, and how you should optimize the way that you're sending campaigns across, the way that you're sending descriptions across, whatever the case may be. We're going to help you optimize it so that it is painless as you continue to grow. That is the difference between us and any other messaging provider in the space, is that we will go that extra mile. So those are the 4 pillars. The first pillar is deliverability. The second pillar is approval, both approval time frame and the way at which you get approved, and just a couple clicks of getting things submitted to us and the carriers. There's also cost. So we're always going to be cheaper than Twilio. We have customers who are saving 50% while also getting additional value. The fourth pillar, really the foundational part of it, is support, strategy, guidance from a team who cares about you and who cares about your business and has a lot of experience in the marketing and CRM world. If you are an individual person who has a business and you want to integrate it with us, that's great. We love that. You are a massive platform who wants to integrate it. That's great. We love that. We have support. We have strategy for both of you for the individual components of your business that will help them be successful long term. The final thing I wanted to talk about today is the ability to switch from Twilio. Not many messaging providers can give you what we can give you, and that is seamless switching of your Twilio campaigns, 10DLC campaigns that are approved with Twilio. We can transfer those to Signal House so that you do not have to go through the re-registration process. You, most of the time, don't have to pay the fees for re-registration. This means that it's cheap. This means that it's easy for you to not only get registered, but also get over and using Signal House. In just a few clicks, you'll be able to transfer all of those campaigns from Twilio to Signal House. You'll be able to get our pricing, get our support, get our strategy, and moving forward, enable your customers to have a seamless experience as they onboard. So if you want to reach me directly, will@signalhouse.io. If you want to learn more about the company on a sales perspective, it is sales@signalhouse.io. Check out our YouTube channel. We have tons of videos. We do videos like this where we compare ourselves to other platforms and tell you why we think we're better. We also do a lot of educational content just around the messaging ecosystem in and of itself. We want to make sure that you are armed with the knowledge to be successful in the space. So anyway, I hope that's helpful, and we will see you soon. Thanks so much.